Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Nauticus Robotics Incorporated KITT just filed an update to their investor presentation, and I'm seeing a familiar pattern for companies trading on the Nasdaq. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. This filing might not be packed with new financial numbers, but it gives us a peek into how they are talking to investors right now, and that can tell us a lot. So Nauticus Robotics Incorporated, you know them by their ticker symbol, KITT traded on the Nasdaq, has put out a current report on Form 8. This isn't a deep dive into quarterly earnings like a 10Q, but more of an announcement. What they're actually doing here is telling everyone they've got a new investor presentation they'll be using. Think of it as an updated sales pitch for the company. Management plans to use this presentation when they meet with investors, analysts, and other folks in the financial world. It is essentially a way to keep everyone who cares about the company informed. This presentation itself is being furnished as an exhibit, meaning it is attached to this filing. You can also find it on their investor relations website, which is standard practice for publicly traded companies to share information readily. Now, usually this is where we dive into some juicy financial tables, but this filing is different. It is not releasing new financial statements. Instead, it is about communication. The key takeaway here is that they are actively engaging with the investment community. Companies do this to control the narrative and ensure everyone receives the same information from management, which is what Regulation FD or Regulation Fair Disclosure is all about. Remember, Nauticus Robotics has common stock trading under KITT and warrants trading under KITTW on the Nasdaq stock market. LLC warrants, in simple terms, are like options that give the holder the right to buy the company's stock at a certain price in the future. The dates mentioned, like the 1st of July 2026, all point to this report being current as of the beginning of July. Why is this important? Well, even without new numbers, the act of releasing an updated presentation suggests they have something new to talk about or want to re-emphasize their story. It could be progress on their technology, new partnerships, or even just trying to get ahead of upcoming financial disclosures. For companies like Nauticus Robotics, especially those that might be in earlier stages of growth or operating in innovative sectors like robotics, investor perception is everything. How they present themselves, the story they tell, and the clarity of their vision can significantly impact their stock price and their ability to raise capital in the future. If we were to see this investor presentation, we'd be looking for signs of growth, competitive advantages, and a clear path to profitability. We'd want to understand how they differentiate themselves from rivals and what their long-term strategy looks like. It is also noted here that Nauticus Robotics is considered an emerging growth company. This status often means they have fewer reporting requirements and can use extended transition periods for new accounting standards, which is common for companies still finding their footing. The report is signed off by Michael A. Ferrier, who holds the title of General Counsel. This indicates the document has gone through the necessary legal review before being filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, while this 8K doesn't crack open the company's financial books for us today, it is a signal. It tells us that Nauticus Robotics Incorporated is actively managing its investor relations and likely preparing to communicate key aspects of its business strategy and progress. The real substance will be in that investor presentation. They're now distributing my biggest concern when I see filings like this. Devoid of direct financial data is waiting to see if the narrative presented in the accompanying documents holds up to scrutiny when the actual financials are released. What I am actually looking for is concrete evidence of revenue growth and a clear path to positive cash flow in those future filings. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. Let me know your thoughts on this filing in the comments, and if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more.